Hey everybody, hope all is well. I'm just going to be sharing a quick message about the consequences that having too much time can have. My brother and I hold each other pretty accountable and basically have our days mapped out from the time we wake up at 4:30 to the time we get to bed. It's basically blocked out from 4:30 to 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Every hour is managed very specifically and very carefully. The reason for that is because when you have too much time on your hands, it's a lot easier to fall into temptation, to sin, to fall into vices. Thankfully, my brother and I never really fell into any type of addiction, to drinking, drugs, anything like that. Um, but just sin in general, right? There's pornography, obviously. There's other types of sin and vices that people fall into, and we hold each other pretty accountable in terms of staying away, and blocking our time out so that we're full, our days are full, and there's really no time to fall into temptation and sin. And that by the time there is any free time, we're way too tired to, fall into sin. And obviously, we fall short, but for the most part, we do hold each other pretty accountable. And so in Ephesians 5:15 through 16, it says, "Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time because the days are evil." And so it says it right there. The more time that you have on your hands, the easier it is to fall into temptation and sin. Another thing that I want to point out is that, obviously bad company corrupts good character. So it does matter who you hang out with. Um, the people that you surround yourself with, if you do want to elevate in life, you need to surround yourself with people who you would consider a winner. And my brother and I, again, we hold each other accountable in that regard as well. We just want to be around people who are constantly looking to elevate their lives and improve in every way possible. So thought that would be a pretty important message to share because, for a few reasons. The first is that when there is too much time, obviously, you're not accomplishing anything. And when you're not accomplishing anything, you're not leveling up. So we feel that in order to level up, we need to block our days out entirely to accomplish tasks to put ourselves in the best position to succeed. And the other reason is because if you really get down and think about the types of temptation and sin that there are, and we actually at Bible study the other day, we're talking a little bit about this. If you think about if somebody printed out whatever that sin, temptation, or vice was on the front page of the news, what would your mom and dad think about that? And so before you sin, think about how weird you would look or how crazy you would look if you were caught in the act of that sin and it was printed out on the first page of a newspaper. So to avoid being a weirdo or to avoid, any type of backlash or consequence, just constantly, we're trying to constantly have that in the back of our minds. How would we look if X, Y, or Z happened and we were caught and it was printed out on the first page of a newspaper? So again, thought that was an important part of the message that I wanted to get out there today. Hope you guys continue to find value in the messages and verses that we're sharing. If you do, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback. We appreciate the time. Thanks for watching.